So you've decided to finally adopt a cat. Congratulations on signing your life over to a fluffy, demanding little ruler who will lovingly ignore your calls and sit directly on your keyboard. But now comes the real challenge, choosing between the adorably ear-folded Scottish Fold and the majestic meatloaf-shaped British Shorthair. Two wildly popular breeds, equally photogenic, equally able to destroy your plants, and equally skilled in mind-controlling humans into giving them treats. Choosing between them feels like being forced to pick your favorite ice cream, while eating both. But don't worry, we're here to explore every possible angle and absurdity between these two feline celebrities, all in one glorious purr-filled narrative. But before we unleash the fluff, smash that like button and subscribe so you never miss a perfect video. Now, let's jump right in and find out which kitty is your soulmate. Let's start with the Scottish Fold, possibly the cat world's most effective weapon of mass emotional destruction. One look at those droopy ears and giant round eyes, and you're suddenly calling in sick to spend more time at home with your little loaf. The Fold signature ears aren't just a style choice, they come from a genetic mutation that affects cartilage, making the ears fold forward like a sleepy owl. Sadly, that same mutation can cause joint problems, but we'll get to that. For now, let's just admit, these cats look like animated plush toys with the personality of a clingy toddler who loves you more than life itself. They're playful, curious, and often act like fuzzy detectives who must follow you to the bathroom just to make sure you're not having snacks without them. Scottish Folds are also famous for sitting like tiny humans, yes, the Buddha pose. You walk into your living room and boom, there's your cat, upright, legs stretched out, belly exposed, looking like a retired middle-aged guy watching reruns. You'll never get used to it. No one does. They also love routines. Break their routine and you may get a silent protest, perhaps a dead mouse under your pillow, or worse, a subtle glare from across the room that could melt steel. Now, onto the British Shorthair, the beefcake of the cat world. These cats are built like cuddly tanks, stocky, round, solid, and somehow always look like they've just finished reading a very serious novel. With their thick double coats, giant moon faces, and large amber or copper eyes, they look like teddy bears who spent 6 months in finishing school. British Shorthairs are calm, dignified, and operate on one speed, slow and regal. You'll never catch a British Shorthair leaping across the room in a dramatic parkour display. Nope. They prefer short, planned, low-impact movements, usually toward food. They don't follow you to the bathroom, they expect you to return with news and offerings. They're affectionate, but on their terms. You'll think they don't love you, until one day they climb into your lap, make a single, majestic biscuit motion, then fall asleep like an elegant paperweight. At that moment, you'll know, you've been accepted by royalty. Now let's talk fur, because you're going to be wearing it. Scottish Folds have soft, medium-short fur that comes in a rainbow of colors, from silver tabby to cinnamon to the ever-popular blue. They don't shed much, and a gentle brushing once or twice a week keeps them looking like polished marshmallows. But here's a tip, because their ears fold, they need extra cleaning. Yes, you'll be one of those people delicately wiping their cat's ears with a cotton pad while your cat glares at you like you're trying to steal its soul. British Shorthairs, on the other hand, have a thick double coat that feels like velvet dipped in luxury. That means more shedding, especially in spring and fall. Brushing them regularly during the shedding seasons can prevent your house from becoming a fur-themed horror show. But hey, a little cat hair in your coffee is just part of the lifestyle now. But what about health, the part where the cute wears off a bit? Let's start with the Scottish Fold again. Their iconic ears are adorable, but as mentioned, they come with a catch. The same gene that folds their ears can cause painful joint conditions like osteochondrodysplasia. That's a big word for ouchy joints, and sadly, many folds can develop arthritis-like symptoms early in life. It's heartbreaking, so if you're planning to adopt one, you absolutely must go through a reputable breeder who screens for these issues. Or consider a straight-eared Scottish, yes, that's a thing, who has the same adorable face but with normal ears and fewer joint concerns. Think of them as the low-risk, high-snuggle model. British Shorthairs, meanwhile, are sturdier, with fewer genetic concerns, but they're not immune to health issues. Their main weakness? Obesity. These cats love to eat like it's their full-time job. They don't self-regulate food intake, they self-celebrate it. If you're free-feeding a British Shorthair, prepare to eventually own a floor-dwelling beach ball with legs. They're also prone to hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, a heart condition, so regular checkups are essential. And if your cat starts acting like a statue all day, don't panic, it might just be Tuesday. When it comes to training, Scottish Folds are a delight. They're eager to please, smart, and often behave like fluffy little dogs. Yes, some of them can learn tricks, come when called, and even play fetch. Whether that's adorable or terrifying is up to you. British Shorthairs, on the other hand, consider tricks beneath them. You throw the toy, they look at it. Then they look at you. Then they leave the room to consider whether they still respect you. They're trainable, just not interested. It's like trying to get a judge to juggle. So here's the million-dollar question: who wins? Which cat is better? Which one is right for you? If you're a first-time cat owner, someone who's never been trained in the ancient art of feline diplomacy, the British Shorthair is probably your best bet. They're low maintenance, not overly clingy, don't need a ton of stimulation, and are basically built to nap. You'll learn the ropes of cat care without having a fuzzy therapist clinging to your leg, 24 hours a day in 7 days a week. Plus, they tolerate children and chaos remarkably well, with a look of supreme disapproval, of course. But if you're experienced, if you've already had cats, speak fluent meow, and don't mind the possibility of some health hurdles, then the Scottish Fold will steal your heart, your bed, and most likely your lunch. They're endlessly entertaining, deeply loving, and full of personality. Yes, they may cost more in vet bills, but you'll be getting a furry sidekick who treats you like the center of the universe, until you dare pet another cat, in which case you'll be dead to them for 6 hours. And before we go, here are a few bonus fun facts to sprinkle into your next awkward Zoom meeting. Scottish Folds are banned in some countries due to animal welfare concerns. Their cuteness is literally illegal in parts of Europe. British Shorthairs are often called British Blues, because their bluish-grey version is the most iconic. Winston Churchill supposedly had one, fitting, since they both have a grumpy face and prefer cigars and naps. Scottish Folds love boxes more than logic, and British Shorthairs believe climbing is for peasants. And while both are ridiculously photogenic, only one of them will willingly wear a costume. Spoiler, it's neither. Good luck trying to dress a British Shorthair like a pumpkin. You'll come out of that battle emotionally broken and covered in claw marks. In conclusion, both breeds are amazing, but very different. The Scottish Fold is your clingy cuddlebug with possible high-maintenance needs and a heart bigger than its body. The British Shorthair is your dignified roommate who doesn't talk much but makes you feel safe just by being nearby. Either way, you're entering the world of cat ownership, where your boss is 12 inches tall, purrs loudly, and may sit directly in front of the TV during every crucial moment of your favorite show. Choose wisely, prepare for a lifetime of laughter, fur, and finding cat toys in your shoes, and remember, in the world of cats, you're not adopting them. They're allowing you to live in their kingdom.